So thanks for coming along and making it through to this second video where I can show you the ins and outs of how to improve your automated webinars. So I'm inside EverWebinar, inside one of the webinars here, and this one's a webinar that's already been scheduled. But what I want to do is just go back into the webinar schedules here and just discuss that just in time with you, how to set that up. So in this case, we've got a webinar every Tuesday, Friday, Wednesday, and Saturday, and at particular times in there. So what we also need to do is enable the just-in-time, and this one it's already enabled. Actually, it's not enabled here. We need to click here to enable this just-in-time schedule right here, and we click that, and then and that's as simple as that. We just click on Save. Excuse me. Now, what that means is, basically, we have, we'll go back in here and I'll tell you what it means. So we have a webinar at Tuesday at 1:30, Friday at 1:30, Wednesday at 7:30, and Saturday at 11 o'clock AM. I'm just testing out those times to see how they go in this particular webinar. But what it means is, say if someone comes in at Tuesday morning at 9 AM, for example, the just-in-time functionality means that when that person goes to choose the time of their webinar, there'll be at 9 AM, there'll be, say a 9:15 webinar. Look, you're just in time for this webinar. And then there'll be the 1:30 PM webinar as well. Now, introducing this just in time, having this turned on, has increased webinar attendance for myself and for many of my customers for more than 50%, up to between about 50 and 60% more people come along to the webinars because we have the just in time schedule turned on. Pardon me. So that's number one. Now, number two was nurturing our database when it comes time to, I better save my changes first. Nurturing our database when, for those people that A, don't come along to the webinar, and B, might finish the webinar, come all the way along to the end, but don't purchase from you, because we need to develop that relationship with them a little bit more. So what we do then is we go to the integrations here, and we go to email autoresponder integration. Now, I've already got one integrated in here, an old one, but we're going to go to Infusionsoft in this case, which is good because it means we can do the full integration together. Pardon me. We go to deep integration here, and then we've got our app name. We put our app name in here, and we put our API key in here. I'm just going to check that that's the right API key. So let me go into my account, my Infusionsoft account. We hover over the Infusionsoft logo and go to admin and then to settings for the API key. I've just opened that up in a new tab. And then we go to application and we get our API key from here. I'm just going to copy that one and go back to EverWebinar so that we can make sure that's in. Of course, we pop that in and then we click on connect. And then that's connected, which is good. And then what we do is we click on this tag, and this is the most important part here, this tagging section. So there's a few different things. So when they register for the webinar, we want to tag them. When they attend the live webinar, we potentially want to tag them. When they miss the webinar, we absolutely want to tag them. And when the attendee stays until at least the close, the close is that section of the webinar where we give our offer, or we offer them to come along to a free consult, or whatever the offer is. That's the close section. So we put that into there. So now, how do we tag? You can't just write in the name of the tag in here. Sorry about that screen zoom. So what we do is we go to our tags in Infusionsoft, and we need the tag number. So say we want a tag for the people that register for the webinar. 756 is the tag number in this particular case. So when they register for the webinar, we put in there 756. And then when they miss the live webinar, excuse me, bit of a cough this week. When they miss the live webinar, they did not attend, we go to 758. So we copy that tag number and then we pop it into here, paste. And then when the attendee leaves stays until at least. So this will be once you've given the offer and given them the web address that they have to go to, that timestamp in the webinar. Now this is 0 hours and 43 minutes in this particular one. And then we put the tag in there. So let me just get that tag again. So they stayed until the close. Whoops. Grab that one. And then we go to here. They stayed until the close. We paste that in. and then we save that. So let's just have another look at what we've done there. In here, when they register for your webinar, we're tagging 756, okay? 756, the register for the webinar tag. And then 758 when they miss the live webinar, and then 760 when they stay to 43 minutes of the live webinar. Okay, now, so that's everything we need to do inside of Webinar Jam or EverWebinar to sync up that process. So there was 2 processes there. Well, 3. First is the registration, so you can get people onto your database. The second one is if they didn't attend the webinar, if they missed the webinar, because then we're going to nurture. And then the third one is if they stayed till the close but they didn't purchase, or they stayed till the close, then we need to nurture them again. And of course, then we just go into Infusionsoft and set up the campaigns based around those particular tags. So registered, did not attend, and stayed till close. And we might do something like, let me just set up a basic webinar campaign to have a look at this. So in the webinar, we would go to, and so we would have a tag that is registered. And then we might have a tag in here to say that they missed. And then we might have a tag to say they stayed until the and then we might have a tag that is the purchase tag, the goal, or the product goal, or something along those lines. Where is my product goal? There it is. And this might be purchased. Might be purchased product, or booked a consult, etc., etc. I can't spell there. Look at that. There we go. And so in between each of these will of course be a sequence, and that will be our nurture emails. And then, pardon me, wrong place for those. That will be, a welcome email in here, just so we can start, communicating beyond the webinar. And then in our sequence here, there will be, if they missed the webinar, there's going to be 3 nurture emails. And then if they stay until the close, of course, there's going to be, 3 to 5. So let's say 3 nurture emails. And maybe 2 sales emails to get them to book, to get them to purchase, to get them to do whatever that call to action was on your webinar. We want them to do that from the emails as well. And then, product purchase. So each time one of these goals goes off, it drags them through the campaign and starts them on the next section. And of course, within each of these, we would obviously need to build the emails and that sort of thing in there. I'm just going to assume that you know how to do the emails for today. This is more about these tags. Now, remember our tags were, if we go in here, and the first one was registered. Pardon me. Register for webinar was the first one. Now, of course, we can't see the number for the tags in here. The second one was missed webinar. Or was it did not attend? Let me show you where I'd go to double check for that. So we'd go to the settings under CRM and our tags in here. Did not attend. Okay, I was on the right track. Did not attend. Did not attend webinar. There we go, and we saved that one. Whoops, another screen zoom there. I do apologize. And then stayed until close. There we go, stayed till close, and then we save. And then we put our emails in, that sort of thing, and publish this so that then we can do that nurture, the nurture in between someone registering and not coming along, and then the nurture in between someone coming along till the end and then not purchasing, so we can continue to develop the relationship. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you next week.